Hello everybody, this is smoking gun number 3, and in this case it's the Apollo 17 Ascent as taken from the view of the rover still setting on the surface. There that is. The problem with this is that it did not act in a way consistent with physics. So what has to happen is that, as you've seen in most rocket launches, it has to overcome gravity at first. Okay, there's a force of a thrust applied against the weight of against gravity, but then that force results in acceleration and increasing speed over time. But at first, by definition, that means it's not going as fast. You have to see that speed, that acceleration. Here's an example of the space shuttle. This is by 10 seconds. You'll see that in each 10 seconds, much more distance is covered, more and more every 10 seconds. That's because a force is consistently being applied, resulting in a higher and higher speed. In this case, Apollo 17, someone has done the exact data and calculations for the very same thing we're looking at there, except that he didn't bother to check to see that whether it was consistent with the video itself. So he did a lot of data, including even trying to address some conspiracy claims, but they're only about thrust, so they're inconsistent with what I'm talking about here. Here's the important thing. He came up with this graph. After 1 second, it should be about 0.7 meters in altitude. So that's about 2.5 feet. After 2 seconds, about 3 meters in altitude, so give or take 10 feet. And then after 3 seconds, about 6.7 meters in altitude, so give or take 22 feet. But again, we'll see that this is entirely inconsistent then with what we actually see on this video footage. Oh, make sure we got some volume there for you. 1,000. Okay, let's do that again. Get a little bit better timing. 1,000. Okay, this is supposed to be 2.5 feet, maybe 2.5 feet. This has got to be 6-7 feet high, doesn't it? 6 or 7 feet, anyways. That's maybe it's only 4 or 5, but clearly this is not 2.5. It's got to be at least 5 foot, and probably more like 6 or 7. So that's after 1 second. It's off by not just fractions, but by multiples of error, like hundreds of percentages. It's further at 1 second than it should be at 2 seconds. At 2 seconds, it should be 10 foot. At 3 seconds, it should be 23 foot. So let's go to 2 seconds. Back that up again. 1,001, 1,002. That's supposed to be 10 feet. 1,003. That's supposed to be 22 feet. Entirely inconsistent with physics, and therefore all you need to know. People can throw a bunch of stuff on the wall with things that are consistent, but if something's not consistent with physics, that's a smoking gun. Please check out my other smoking guns. This is the astronauts of Apollo 17 near a wall, not a land feature 2 kilometers away that's a slope. And then this one here where Jack Schmitt starts to fall, but doesn't continue to fall because his rigging hasn't reacted enough to let him touch the ground yet. All right, thanks for watching.